Hi here we are at unit I-11 in Chestnut. I'll just walk through, show you what they've done, show you some recommendations. First thing I want to let you know is when you go to open this front door, it catches on that trim piece there. There's some paint on the threshold. Here's the inside where you can see how that catches. See that? It's actually pulling on the trim piece. So that could be shaved down at the bottom, either on the door or on the trim. The main thing that I noticed consistently is the painters were pretty sloppy. Look at this. This is a nice floor here, and I mean there's paint droppings. All over the place. Also just the quality of paint job they did. There's a lot of pieces you can see where there's even paint on that. There's a hole in the wall right there. Not sure if that was caused by the painters or what. They put all their boxes and stuff right there. Okay, so here's the carpet. Looks decent. The fireplace looks fine. One thing throughout is all of the switch plate covers have been changed to white, yet all the outlets and switches are still almond. Most people, when they switch out the covers, they switch out the switches as well. Or vice versa. If you switch out the cover, they should all be white or they should all be almond. It just looks hokey, and it's not expensive to change those out, so it's odd that that wasn't done. So here you can see there's more paint on the floor. Here's like some gummy stuff, so I would clean this floor off pretty well. There's paint on the grout lines in here. So in the kitchen, the countertops look great. The sink looks nice. Dishwasher's nice. The cabinets, well, there's paint on that cabinet and there's some paint there. But the finish on the cabinets, as you can see, is in pretty bad shape. I would either have these re-stained if we can do it correctly, or preferably what's in right now are white cabinets. Painting them all out so that they're pure white, I think, would be the best move. Also possibly putting a knob on each one, so a little hardware. That would give the property a much more updated look if you did that. So here's the refrigerator. Looks fine to me. Dishwasher, that looks fine. And obviously the oven's brand new, so it looks good. So the tile, once again, they need to be cleaned up. There's more paint right there in front of the washer and dryer. Coming in the bathroom, here's the countertop. Same thing with the cabinets here. See this finish on them? There's paint. I think it's weird a painter would just paint over that rather than, working on the texturing. Same here. There was an anchor there, and instead of removing it and texturing, they just painted over it. The fixture looks nice. They didn't tape off this mirror. See that paint? Look at it. I can chip it off. That's all just matter of prepping the property correctly before you paint it. In the bathtub, so obviously you didn't reglaze this or anything, so it's original. There's like a rust stain right there. Here's kind of the way some of the grout looks and caulking. My concern is that a inspector may flag that for possible mold behind the the tiles, so I would bare minimum clean that tile up, recock it, and put in some new grout. Painters didn't paint this trim piece here either. They didn't caulk that, they didn't paint it. And once again, you can see the outlets. So going out on the deck here, the decking looks really nice. There are no screen doors, which is odd. Looks like they've been removed. So there's no screen doors on the property. Here's the furnace room. So there's an old filter still sitting there. Looks like the ductwork is insulated. Really old, dirty insulation, but I wouldn't, do anything about that. That is a really old furnace. You could proactively have the furnace looked at and certified, since it is so old, but that's your call. So anyway, hope this helps. The main thing that I would do is figure out what's going on with these painters. As you can see, I mean, I don't even know what that is on the wall. Looks like something splattered up there. Oh, this may be, if there was a cat in here, it may be cat urine. If they didn't come in and kills the wall before they painted, you could paint that over with 5 coats of paint, and eventually the cat urine will seep through to the surface. So that is what it looks like. It looks like this was probably a cat's favorite place to go to the bathroom. This area right here should really be kills, and then primered. Kills is a type of primer, but I'd primer that and then paint over it. In the future too, people really like when the baseboards are ultra white and the walls are more of a cream color. That really helps a property to sell, gives it a richer, more modern look. Okay, I hope that helps, Ohm. Thank you. Bye. One more note, Ohm. This beam here, this is a pretty nice feature in the property, but yet the painter, did a sloppy job of painting around it. I mean, there's paint on it. This is paint here. Look at the way that was finished there. If they would have just taped that off, they wouldn't have paint there, and the beam would look much better. Same goes with the cabinets. If you're going to paint these white, this won't matter so much, but the unusual thing about this painter is they don't seem to use painter's tape. Looking along the whole thing, when I do a project, especially when it comes to painting, I think every painter says this, the prep work is 3/4 of the work. The painting is the easy part. Here's the water heater, Ohm. Looks to be newer, but when this was pulled out, no one cleaned the floor, so the floor in here leading up to the water heater looks really bad. The grout right here is all chipping away as well, but this floor is filthy right there. Back in the bathroom, the supply line for the toilet, this feels weird. That is generally a rigid line, a rigid pipe behind there. But as you can see, I mean, this whole thing moves back and forth. It should just be, as you know, sitting flush against the wall like that. I'm not sure why it's that way, but the other thing is you can once again see paint splatter everywhere. Look at how this side of this cabinet looks. Also, look at this on the side of the cabinet. That feels almost like somebody took a router and routed that out. If you had this cabinet painted out, you could get rid of that. If you do that, I would also get rid of this commercial grade vinyl baseboard and just put in a regular molding along the bottom of the cabinet. So kind of gives you another look at, you know, the finish of the cabinet. Alright, another suggestion, if you are going to go to the effort of replacing these countertops, I would always just replace the sink with a white sink, because this is an old almond sink. It's in okay shape, but nobody installs almond sinks anymore, and it wouldn't have, a sink like that in white costs like 25 bucks is all. Okay, thanks. Now that this new stove has been put in, this old almond hood looks pretty bad. Should probably be replaced, but bare minimum it needs to be thoroughly cleaned because this is a coating of grease on top of it. One last thing, this closet door that's next to the entry door, this door sticks really bad, and it looks like it's catching at the front. See how it's tore into the wood up there? I don't, probably just shave that door down.